just literally put me on it. I'll put you into whatever I may know that you don't.
And let me just change the audio back to the headphones.
Okay.
Okay, and you should be able to talk and hear yourself in the mic.
1, 2.
You hear yourself?
Yep.
Okay, now give me.
Okay, and then it's gonna go in, and then I can do my poem for Martin. Okay. What is it? All right. Is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. Okay. So we just finished the MLK March. None of this is scripted. It's all live. But since I didn't get to perform on the stage to do my poem for Martin Luther King Day, we're going to do it right now. The poem is called Perspective, and I'm very fortunate to be able to do this with another person that's mixed with black and white here so he can hear it. So hopefully this poem touches him because it relates to the culture that we face as being mixed with black and white. So it's called Perspective. My objective for the collective is for you to view my perspective. Before we judge it, let's dissect it. When I was born into the world, I was born with two perspectives. My mother is white, my father is black, two perspectives. I saw them as my parents, not as separate sides with racial divides. Not that he's black and she's white, because we don't call our parents colors. We call them mom and we call them dad. But in school, they teach us colors. So when it was time to draw my mother, I just left a blank space. And when they asked me why, I said, because she's white just like this page. And I reached for the tan Crayola to draw my dad, and I said, my bad, Dad. I know I should have used the black crayon, but this is the darkest shade they had. I quickly realized that there was no way to mix the two colors on the page and create something that looks like me. They say that life is black and white, but I was born in the in-between. Imagine having a grandfather on both sides of the war. I have an ancestor who oppressed and one who refused to be oppressed. The blood of slave owners and slaves running combined and intertwined through the same veins. Two men with different skin colors are connected to me. I'm the product of two races that chose to co-create. That means two people chose love or to make love in the midst of hate. I said two people chose love or to make love in the midst of hate. It's so unbelievable that two enemies could come together that when they see someone who looks like me, they view it as an impossibility. They say you can't be both because both doesn't exist, even though I'm proof that both exist. They tell me to pick a side. So I think about the perspective of my white grandfather's side. His name is Bethel from Nashville, Tennessee. And he named my mother after a Dolly Parton song called Jolene. He taught me about bluegrass music and blueberry pancakes. And he used to call me a Yankee from up north and make me raspberry milkshakes. He never pointed out my different traits or made me feel like I was different. And his country accent made me laugh like, ha, these folks is different. But different isn't an option because they tell me to pick a side. So I think about the perspective of my black grandfather's side. He's a preacher and a teacher, and my grandmother loves to see me wear my hair in a fro. She loves to see my hair wild. She'll put a pick in it and say it loud, you're black and you're proud. But she never told me to hate the other part of who I am. It wasn't until I grew that I knew that the world was two-sided. My parents never asked me to pick sides because I never called them black, because I never called them white, because we don't call our family colors, we call them family. Not being able to find my color in a crown box made me realize I can't be put inside of a box. But when I went to register for college, they asked me to check a box. They said, are you black or are you white? I checked both. They asked me to pick a side because life is only black and white. But what happens when you're me and you're born in the in-between? I'll never be seen as white because white people don't see it that way. Most white people say it's the curly hair that gives it away. Your father must be black because white people ain't got hair like that. And then black people always tell me, I can only celebrate half the month of February. Because when you're half black, you're only black half the time. But I'm not sure how that works, because because I've never clocked in and out of my skin just to divide the time. They say I have the best of both worlds. What happens when neither world will accept you? They acknowledge you and then reject you, my perspective. It's funny they ask me to choose between two races that would never fully choose me. Or when people are supposed to introduce me, but instead they look at me perplexed and say, "What are you?" What they really mean is they've come to realize that my skin can't be defined by the faulty catalogs of their narrow, limited perspective minds. And they can't accept that there's something that exists in between, even though I'm proof of the impossible mixture that can be seen. Choosing races reminds me of choosing which parent I wanted to live with after the divorce. Two opposing parties trying to coerce me into viewing their perspective, making me select things that logically can't be selected. The reverse psychology of giving me a choice just to take away my choice because I say that I'm both, but the one box maximum takes away my voice. They say a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. But what happens when picking neither side is actually being authentic? It's choosing to acknowledge what others hate to admit. It's choosing to remember that nothing is all or nothing. You see, it's all about perspective. I think when Martin had a dream that blacks and whites would hold hands, maybe he saw a vision of my teenage parents at a party when they decided to dance. And even though their love was short-lived, it was lasted long enough to produce two kids that would be proof that harmony exists in the midst of injustice. I am proof that where love is, the impossible is possible. I'm reminded by my skin that two opposing races loved and made love when they chose to co-create and bore something out of love in a world full of hate. I'm proof that genetics don't make you evil, and sometimes generational curses are broken by rebels who don't care about the opinions of other people. My parents came from two different cultures, and their skin was like night and day. But there's not a single day I don't thank God for their spontaneous attraction that caused their interaction, and maybe it was merely self-satisfaction that was present when it happened. But they created me. In a world of black and white, they created an ambivalent miracle of something in between. I'm like Switzerland because I refuse to pick sides and be elective, because making a choice erases the fullness of my identity. But hey, that's just my perspective. Poem.
Wow. Was that really memorized?
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Happy Martin Luther King Day.
Wow. That's got to go on your podcast.
Yeah.
Wow, that was amazing. I can't believe you memorized that.
Yeah, I have a lot of them memorized.
Wow, that was awesome.
Thank you. Did you like it?
Yes, I loved it. It was great. That must have taken forever.
What, to memorize it?
To write it and memorize it.
Yeah, kind of.
Wow.
A little bit.